And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska for the girls Class D state championship between the Dodge Pirates and the Alma Cardinals. Second consecutive year the Cardinals have been in this state championship game. They're the defending state champs. Let's take a look at the lineups for the Dodge Pirates. Let's look at Kemp, Likas, Sindelar, Cluthy, and Wisniewski. 3 seniors on that squad. Alma Cardinals led by Rich Soderholm, the defending state champs. 2 sets of sisters, the Soderholm sisters and the Wells sisters, Kendra and Lene and Amanda and Alana. Again, 2 seniors on this squad as well. So it should be a good one this morning. Both of these teams winning yesterday 3-1 to get into this state championship competition. Alma knocking off Newman Grove 3-1, and Dodge defeated Clarkson 3-1. Now the way that the competition goes, it's a Baker format. And maybe, Steve, right off the bat, we should explain the Baker format.
Baker format was developed years ago in order to speed up the team play, Larry, and it's really a great and a true test of team bowling. Your A, B, C, D, and E bowlers are designated by position in the game. The A bowler will bowl frames 1 and 6, B will bowl frames 2 and 7, C will bowl frames 3 and 8, and so forth. So your anchor bowler will be bowling the 5th frame, and along with the all-important 10th frame. So it's a true team game. You got to get everybody clicking all at once.
So here's Lene Soderholm on the right-hand lane for Alma. Boy, nice smooth stroke there. Trips that 10 out of there, leaves the 3-pin. So she'll have a little work to do on the left-hand lane. Sarah Kemp, the senior for the Dodge Pirates. You saw her first delivery. She left the 1-2-4. And a nice coverage. Spares, so important in Baker bowling.
Absolutely. You don't want to leave a hole, they call it, and that a hole's an open frame. And, you know, this is best 3 out of 5, and you don't want to get behind early. You see a lot of, especially yesterday in the end of the semifinal match, Larry, a lot of spares missed. A couple that cost some teams a chance to bowl here on TV today.
Cassandra Likas for Dodge. All even early. Both teams with a spare in the first.
We'll get into the lane condition thing here in a little bit because bowlers are always intrigued by how the lanes are oiled or conditioned. And sometimes that affects where they have to play in the lanes. But most of these ladies go pretty straight and direct, just like that.
Kendra Soderholm with the strike. She was the bowler of the year for the Alma Cardinals and picks up the first strike of the match. Now Cassandra Likas on the left-hand lane. Cassandra also a volleyball player. 3-year letter winner for the Dodge Pirates, and a great conversion there by Likas.
Very tough spare, the 1-2-8. Got to make sure the ball carries out the extra pin in the back.
So now on the right-hand lane, Amanda Wells. Amanda's a senior. Amanda kind of unconventionally gets that 5-7 to go late. The unconventional backup ball down the left-hand side, but
you know, there's a few theories about that. You know, a lot of ladies will roll what we call reverse hooks or backup balls, and a lot of that sometimes is based on maybe some prior experience playing softball, which is a proper softball release. But whatever works, whatever you're comfortable with, just make sure and repeat shots.
Alana Wells, and Alana can't get that 6-pin to go, but a nice shot.
These gals are very cool to be on TV the first time here today, and so far, not a lot of TV jitters, but the moment I say that, looks like that ball makes a move back to cover the 5 and the 9.
Good cover. So this is unusual, Steve. We're all clean through 3 frames. Both teams have yet to open. Alma with a 14-pin advantage thanks to those 2 strikes in the 2nd and 3rd.
It's got a hook. All right, Larry.
Well, the rule of
no more comments
television,
like that.
Right. So the first open of the match.
Well, cross lane spares are always you know, difficult. Everybody's worried about throwing it into the gutter, but they'll loosen up here in a second.
Here's Dana Cluthy. Dana leaves the 1-3. Lene Soderholm again. Very direct right up the boards in a 10-pin.
Remember last year, Lene picked up the 8-10 split. You just don't see that a lot. And even PBA Tour play. And she picks it up at the state finals, and very, very smooth arm swing, smooth release. Another good spare.
And a good cover by Dana Cluthy. So Dodge right back in it after the open by Alma. Cross lane at the 10 pin and got it. So a good conversion by Lene. Up in the left-hand lane, Sarah Kemp. Sarah's a senior for the Pirates. A lot of pin count there. Left the 1-8.
So Sarah kind of hanging the ball there a little bit. I don't know if she was trying to get it that far out in the lane, but typically you want to get the ball into the lane and not loft it out onto the lane. You want to just let the ball come off your hand and go into the front part of the lane smoothly. This will be a tough spare. She needs to hit the one on the just to the left side.
Boy, pretty good shot, but just missed the one. So the first open of the match for the Dodge Pirates. Now you will see the two teams switch sides. In Baker bowling, the first 5 frames bowled on one lane. The two teams switch sides, and the next 5 frames bowled on the opposite lane.
As we said earlier, it's a great, great team sport. You need all 5 of your players clicking.
There's Kendra Soderholm. Leaves the 5 pin.
She just throws the ball right at the pocket, and the advantage to that with the least amount of hook, Larry, is you typically come out with easy spares like that to pick up and nothing really tough.
1-2. Kicks out that 4 pin.
Right down the middle.
Nice spare conversion by Soderholm. Last year, the Alma Cardinals won it 3-0. They swept their opponent, Scribner Snyder, and take the girls' Class D state championship. So the Cardinals looking for their 2nd consecutive state title, and a nice spare conversion there. Sandra Likas cleans it up. Now up on the left lane, Amanda Wells. 16-pin lead right now by Alma. Kicks that 10-pin out of there. Leaves the 4-7. Kelly Sindelar now.
Well, Larry, there's a lot of conditioner, a lot of oil in the center of the lane, and you're going to see, especially in some of the ladies' matches, some of the balls slide a lot. So they're going to need to go pretty direct at their spares, like the instance there now. With what happened with Amanda there, the ball got to the outside portion of the lane, closer to the edge, and that's where the dryer boards are. So the ball hooked away from those pins. Then you go direct at them, cut down on your hook, and that'll improve your accuracy.
Tough spare here in a 1-5-7. Let's see that every day. But knocks the 1-7 out of there, leaves the 5. So a couple of opens in the 7th frame, and the lead still with Alma, 122-108 through 7. Good shot there, just left the 10 pin. Now here up on the right lane is Lena Wells. Wells, the most improved bowler this year. I'm sorry, I think I had that backwards. That's Cluthy there. Dana Cluthy, the junior for Dodge. Here's Wells. She was the most improved bowler this year for Alma. And just drops it in the gutter there on the trying to convert the 10. So an opening here for Dodge. Spare conversion here can get them back to within about 5 pins. This is an important spare for Dodge in the 9th frame, 8th frame as we get late in this match. Oh, just missed that 6. Took that 1-3 right off it. You see 131.
Boy, that's just a smooth, smooth stroke there, Larry. That's the 2nd 10 pin in a row she's left, and just she's playing right in that second arrow area of the lane, and that just keeps the ball right on track towards the pocket.
And leaves the 5 pin. So big spare for both of these teams. Alma still with the lead. You see there 131, 115.
It's got to slide.
Just slid it right by.
saw her hand rotate around the ball. Sometimes going cross lane, you try to, in order to straighten it out, you almost try to throw a knuckleball like you would in baseball. And cut back on the rotation there. She overturned that, the ball hooked away.
Big conversion there by Dodge, so they have pulled back to within single digits. Alma 140 in the ninth. Dodge with the spare working in the ninth. Hugged a little bit and gets that 5 out of there. Good break, leaves the 10 pin. So Dodge with a chance here. Sandra Likas
needs a mark, Larry.
Got that 7 pin out. Left is 6-10. So now an important shot for Alma if they want to win this match.
She picks this up. That's pretty much going to cinch it for game 1 for Alma. Cross lane at the 10 pin. Yeah, very good idea there. You actually saw her reverse the hook on the ball. She hooks it right to left on her strike shot, but she cuts back on the hook and actually fades the ball into the 10 pin. Very accurate shot there.
So the best that Dodge can do right now is 153, and if she picks this up and if she follows that up with the strike, their best score 153, which means now in the left-hand lane, Soderholm just needs 4 pins to win this first match.
Best 3 out of 5 today. We've seen teams come back from 2-0 deficits to win state championships, so you just need to regroup. That's a winner right there.
6 pins is enough. That'll do it. So 156, the score for Alma in game number 1, and they will take the first one from Dodge. As Cassandra Likas finishes up for the Pirates.
Well, a lot of times, Larry, you just you're feeling your way through in these early matches. You may see a substitution possibly. That's a chance to have happen too.
So there's the final 156-152. Alma takes that first game over Dodge. They have a 1-game-to-none lead in this best-of-5 series. Up quickly and ready to go in game number 2.
Lene Soderholm has been just part of that, or Soderholm, excuse me, has been part of that Soderholm family. Down in the Alma area, parents used to operate the bowling center in Alma. You can tell they grew up in the bowling center because they have very, very good games, good fundamentals. She's going to go cross lane at the 10 pin. That's a better effort right there. A little more speed to hold that ball in place so it doesn't hook past it. Senior Sarah Kemp, Larry, looks like she might be having just a little bit of trouble getting out of that thumb hole of that ball. I'm not quite sure she wants to loft it that far on the lane. But.
So an open frame for Dodge to start the second game. Boy, good power shot there. Leaves the 7 pin by Kendra Soderholm. Alma and Dodge were in the same district this year. Long bus trip for Alma to get to Dodge for the district tournament. Good shot there. Nice ball.
Alma kind of needed that, Larry, Dodge did, to get kind of maybe off of just a little bit of a lull there. Now we're going to go cross lane on the other side for the 7 pin. And that's just great fundamentals there by Kendra Soderholm.
Here's Kelly Sindelar for Dodge, looking for a double. But when you see one up there, you always want to step up and put the other one in there. Nice shot, just couldn't quite get that 2-8 out of there. Left-hand lane, here's Amanda Wells in the left lane. Amanda nearly got that 10 out.
It's the 2 and the 8, double wood they call it. Needs to hit the ball squarely on the face of the 2 to get that 8, and as you see when it hit the 2, it deflected to the left. So tough spare. Opens up the door for Alma to
really take command here.
Yep.
Spare here would give them.
Nope, that won't count.
Went in the gutter and pop back out, and once the ball goes in the gutter, it is a miss. So the score will be corrected, and a bit of an opening there for Dodge. So it's a 10-pin lead by Alma through 3 frames.
don't want to dig yourself too big of a hole. You want to be able to stay within striking distance. But Dodge is going to have to start throwing some strikes here, Larry. Alma answers.
Nice shot there by Lana Wells for the Cardinals.
1-2 spare here.
If the junior, Dana Cluthy, can clean this up.
Very accurate bowl right down the middle. Great job. Watch Lene Soderholm when she comes out of the ball. Watch her rotation around the ball. Very smooth, right in that track area of the lane. She did pull it just a little bit. Very low maintenance release, Larry. Kind of almost old school like. You know, today's contemporary power players should really try to create so many revolutions of the ball to create pin action. She just kind of, we would call a stroker more of a thing, just right around the side of the ball. Minimum amount of hook, but usually great on accuracy. Should have no problem with the 3-6 here.
And chopped it. Took that 3 right off the 6.
A little slow there. That was a little bit slower speed. We have here at Sun Valley Lanes on the scoring equipment here, we have the ability to watch miles per hour, and that one was about 2 miles an hour less than what she threw her first ball at. So causing the ball to hook. Dodge needs to sit down, and maybe on this switch of the lanes, Larry, coach for Dodge, Andrea and Stephen Likas, maybe they should just say, everybody take a deep breath here.
These two teams a bit subdued. It seems like they've settled into the routine here a little bit. Generally in a state championship, that emotion and that excitement, especially in Baker play, can really carry you.
Well, it is early in the morning. That might be it. And I've got a high schooler at home, and had 2 others, and you know, usually at this time in the morning, they're still waking up from last night's fun and activities. So, but you know, the bright lights of television, it's a exciting environment. You know, everybody's worried about what happens on TV. Right now, I think people are just having a little trouble just finding the right spot in the lane to play, and Kendra there misses the 1-2-4.
So another open frame for Alma. Alma now with 3 opens here in this game. And make it 4 now for Dodge. Really needed that spare control there to get back in it. They're down by 12, so 83-71 through 6 frames. Alma on top.
First sub of the day, Larry. Beth Spanker for the Alma Cardinals. For a shot, Baker bowling. You can sub in just like you can in any other sport.
Coaches allowed 2 substitutions per game. And once a player has been removed from a single Baker game, they can't go back in until the following game. So,
right. And you can, interesting enough, you can actually sub in for the second half of a frame. If you didn't want Beth to shoot the spare here, you could sub in a different player. So this is really a great format developed by Frank Baker, the late American Bowling Congress executive secretary from back in the 70s, was looking for a way to make the sport of team bowling be a little more fast-paced, and what this has done is it really makes you cohesive as a team.
Good cover by Dodge to stay in it. Important cover by Kelly Sindelar. So now you see down by 12, 83-71. Both teams working on a spare in the 7th. Here's Wells. Anna Wells just comes up a little light. Leaves that left side row, the 1-2-4-7.
Majority of these teams, especially when you get in your Class C and Class D schools, a lot of these ladies are in other sports, and you can tell some of these Alma Cardinals and Dodge Pirates are most likely volleyball and basketball players, and just you know, great athletes. You see their strength. You watch Lana Wells here. She gets the ball down the lane in a hurry. Good release there, Larry. Oh, just a bad break there. You need to get the ball on the left side of the head pin for that spare, but you've seen it converted that way before.
So here's Cluthy. She will try to convert. Pull her team back to within 2 pins with a spare here.
And this is a tough one. That's a mouthful.
Ooh, takes 1 off. So that lead will widen by the Alma Cardinals. Dodge certainly has had some opportunities here in game number 2. Alma's given them a few good looks. That goes a little high.
Lene has slowed down a little bit. A couple of shots there earlier. She came up a little light on the head pin, although actually a couple of shots she was just right square in the pocket and left the 10 pin. So sometimes you can over adjust a little bit, but she slowed down a little bit, and that's what caused that ball to go high just about there, Larry, on Sarah Kemp's shot. That would have put Dodge right back in it. So really, if Alma can clean the spare up here, they're going to force Dodge to most likely double in the 10th frame to keep them going down 2-0.
So an important spare here by Lene Soderholm, and a good cover. So the spare puts the Cardinals in control here in game number 2. Of course, Alma won game number 1, 156-152. And now Kemp put in a position where she really needs to pick up this 10 pin. And she got it. Good cover. So still with a chance are the Pirates from Dodge. Here's Kendra Soderholm. Kendra right up second arrow. Leaves the 310.
Well, that sheds a little different light on things there. If she picks it up, she has a chance to go into the 140s. Open.
Dodge needs a strike here.
Yep.
Must strike. Second game goes the way of the Cardinals, and it does.
Yep.
So Alma coming out and taking the first 2 games of this Class D Girls State Championship. Alma Cardinals will put a 135 in the book, but that'll be good enough to win it. You know, yesterday the singles competition also going on in girls Class D bowling. Let's take a look at the Class D results, and you'll see that it was very productive for the Alma Cardinals as the conversion is just off. Soderholm, both Kendra and Lene finishing first and second in the girls' individual scores. Dodge had Cassandra Likas finishing third, as there's the final 135 to 117. They're ready to go. There it is. There's Kendra Soderholm and Lene finishing first and second. Cassandra Likas third. And look at the other top 10 finishers. That's in the singles. The way the state tournament works is you bowl 4 games of qualifying, and then you get into Baker play. And during those 4 games of qualifying, the first 3 games count for each individual bowler. And your 3-game total determines whether you are the medalist for state, and the Soderholms finishing first and second in girls Class D. A good shot there to start it off by Alma, already on top 2-0. So here's Sarah Kemp, and a good cover by Kemp. Picks up that 10 pin to keep it close. So now Kendra Soderholm looking for the first, or make it second, double of the match for Alma. Tugs that one a little bit.
Few and far between so far, Larry. Few and far between. You can see they're getting a little bit of frustration now on some of the faces down there, and just got to relax and throw the ball and let it come off your hand and let the ball do the work. And everybody just seems to be shaking their heads out there. The lanes are conditioned here at Sun Valley Lanes with approximately 40 feet of conditioner oil down the lane. That starts at the foul line and goes towards the head pin. The back 20 to 23 feet of the lane is dry or clean, so the ball will have its hook or snap at the end as you throw the ball. A lot of these ladies are throwing plastic balls. A lot of them don't throw a lot of hooks, so you're not going to see a whole lot of hook. But where they seem to have the trouble, and that's a good example right there, is as Cassandra missed the 1-2-4s, the conditioner on the lane causes the ball to skid, and sometimes it just skids a little too much. So that's when I commented earlier, Larry, about going direct at the pins you're trying to hit. So most of these ladies should be trying to go right up that second arrow or just a little bit left of it to keep the ball in play at the pocket area.
Here's a shot by Brianna Wisniewski as she enters the match for the first time for the Dodge Pirates. Brianna is senior from Dodge. And here's Beth Spangler trying to convert that 1-2-8 to 9, I'm sorry. Slides it by.
It's going to be a matter of who can have the least amount of opens to see probably if we can get Dodge back in this match. They're going to have to win, obviously, down 2-0.
So now up on the right lane for the Cardinals, Lana Wells. Atlanta last year was throwing a backup ball, and they really worked with her in the offseason. Get her turned around and got it there. Nice strike by Wells. Now up on the left lane, here's Cluthy. Cluthy's a junior for the Pirates. Great proprietors up there in Dodge at Hilltop Lanes.
Ernie and Sandy Eichmeyer just do a great job. I do believe they have 3 high school teams bowling out of that 8-lane center. Of course, they've got Dodge High, they've got Scribner Snyder, and I know there's either 1 or 2 I'm forgetting in there, either Howells or Clarkson with teams. And they just have a wonderful facility, great food, and just great people. Well, Dodge is scratched and clawed and has gotten back into this, Larry. A spare here would have kept them close, but Alma now with the double working. They're beginning to put Dodge in the rearview mirror here.
There's a look at the score. Alma with a couple of strikes, a double in the 4th and 5th. And a strike for the Dodge Pirates. So the 2 teams will switch lanes now. I want to remind you that if you're interested in helping the effort to recognize high school bowling as a sanctioned varsity sport in Nebraska, please log on to www.nhsbf.com. You can contact your school's athletic director. Let them know how important high school bowling is to you. 20 other states, 20 other high school athletic associations understand the importance of high school bowling, and they've sanctioned it in their state, including our neighbors of Iowa and Kansas. So, time Nebraska understood as well. Log on to nhsbf.com and learn how you can help.
Talk a little more about it a little bit later, Larry, but we've made great headway on getting more schools bowling and more support. School districts with both athletic directors and superintendents and principals.
So a 7 on the double for the Dodge Pirates now in the left lane.
A spare here is going to give them a very comfortable lead. They really have to fall off the beaten path and just keeping the door open enough for Dodge to hang around. Alma team bench there.
And good coverage there by the Pirates. Lycus gets the spare, keeps them close. They were down by 17, but after that spare in the Alma Open, cut it back down to 7. Ooh, just about gets that 10 pin out. So a good shot there by Beth Spangler, leaving the 10 pin, and now the spare has become so much more important. Here's Brianna Wisniewski again. Hang on.
On the spare, that's just a tough thing to do. You lose that extra count you would get. Spare here by Beth Spangler will move Alma closer to a possible 3-0 sweep here. Takes a little extra time. Going cross lane, that one hung on the hand there.
She knew it too.
It's an old bowling rule area. You gotta let go of it before you can see it. And you know, she obviously knew that when she let go.
Better shot there by Brianna. Couldn't quite get that 4-pin to fall. So through 7 frames, you see there 98-83, Alma with a 15-pin lead and just a couple of frames away from a state championship. Good shot there, left the 10-pin. Really, Alma needs to focus now on just staying clean the rest of the way, and they can walk into another state championship.
That's right, Larry. Dodge has just never gotten into a rhythm. Everybody started out these first 5 frames of game number 1 started out really good. But boy, a glut of open frames by both teams. But we just, as you see, the Dodge girls, I don't know if our great camera crew here at NET can get a look at the bench and the Dodge ladies there. They've popped the collar, Larry. That's the, you know how in baseball you've got the rally cap. Well, you can see there they've got their collars up. It's not because it's cold and snowy outside, but that's their form of the rally cap, as you would see like in college baseball and other sports. But right now what they need in order to pop collars are spares of strikes. And they're running out of frames.
Just missed that by Cluthy. So here is Lene Soderholm, just a sophomore, but what a nice game she has, and a great shot by Lene. So Lene Soderholm with the strike there in the ninth. That'll just about wrap it up for the Alma Cardinals as they're on top by 15 with the strike working in the ninth. And coming up just a little bit light. So Sarah Kemp will try to clean that up. There's Amanda Wells, Amanda the senior for the Cardinals. Going up that left side. Goes on to what would be her Brooklyn side for the right-handed backup bowler. Now Sarah Kemp with a spare she desperately needs. Takes the 5-pin off. And that gives Dodge 100 in the ninth. Alma with 107 in the 8th frame, a strike working, and this is the 10th frame right here for the Alma Cardinals. And that hang on, and it does. Hangs on and picks up the spare, and that will wrap it up for the Alma Cardinals. So once again, the Cardinals come into Lincoln and Sun Valley Lanes and walk away with some hardware to take back home. They are the state champs for the 2nd year in a row. And there you see Cassandra Likas will finish up here on the right-hand lane. Likas, the senior. All the bowlers on this Dodge Pirate team, great athletes. They're all members of the state volleyball team last year. Cassandra, Dana, and Kelly, also basketball players. But the championship will go home with the Cardinals. And finishing it up here is Amanda Wells. Good shot by Amanda. Leaves the 6-8 on a good shot, and that'll do it. So the Alma Cardinals win it once again. 3-0 in the final there. 145 to 108. Congratulations to the ladies from Alma. They are the state champs. So when we come back, we'll hear from the state champs, the Alma Cardinals, and the trophy presentation as well. We'll be back on NET Sports. Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes. The Alma Cardinals in 3 straight, knocking off the Dodge Pirates. Let's go down in the lane to Steve Simpek and a couple of state champs.
All right, we're back with the Alma Cardinals, back-to-back state champions. We have father-daughter here. We have Lene Soderholm and Coach Rich Soderholm. Lene, you're a sophomore. This is back-to-back, 2 in a row. What do you think of all this excitement?
I don't know. It's just exciting.
Is this more exciting, or else picking up the 8-10, which is a difficult split? You did that last year. You knocked us all off our feet in the booth up there. We never thought you'd pick it up. I mean, this is just a great deal. So do you think there's a three-peat maybe on the horizon?
Yeah, I hope so.
Does your dad and Coach Rich, does he ground you when you don't bowl well, or do you take it easy on her?
No, it's just tough with attitudes. We have a lot of attitudes, but I mean, they're great bowlers, so it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, congratulations to the Alma girls for their Class D Girls State Championship. Larry, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Steve. There's your champs. It was Rich Soderholm, the coach, and his daughter, Lene Soderholm. Has a couple of daughters bowling there. Kendra as well is a senior. And the hugs in the state championships all the way around. Let's go down to the PA for the presentation of the trophies.
Let's have another round of applause for all the participants in today's state championship match. And now for your trophy and medals presentation. First, the 2010 Class D State Runner-Up Dodge Pirates. Assistant Coach Stephen Likas and Head Coach Andrea Likas. Sarah Kemp. Cassandra Likas. Kelly Sindelar. Dana Cluthy. Brianna Wisniewski. Congratulations, ladies, on a great season, and here's your runner-up trophy. And now for your girls Class D 2010 state champion, Alma Cardinals. Head coach Rich Soderholm. Kendra Soderholm. Lene Soderholm. Amanda Wells. Lana Wells. Beth Spangler. Congratulations, ladies, and here's your 2010 Nebraska State Championship trophy.
So congratulations to the Alma Cardinals, back-to-back state champs in Class D. When we come back, we move on. The Class B state championship will have a new champ in Class B, the Blair girls, taking on Scottsbluff Gehring. That's coming up next on NET Sports.